Hey guys, welcome back to another interesting tutorial. And in today's tutorial I'm going to be teaching you how to cut a pencil skirt with a butt contouring, just the way you see in this video. Are you seeing how perfectly made and how her butt is lifted in this gown? And also this one, you can see how perfect the butt area is. So I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve it. So this is the fabric that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. This is a crepe fabric. As you can see, it's the Korean crepe fabric. Is very thick and the texture is very good. So this is the pattern that I'll be using. I'll first of all start the pattern paper. I've gone ahead to do my joining because the pattern paper I had was not enough, so I had to join with another pattern paper. So this was me when I was marking out my starting line, just the way you see me doing. So after marking out the starting line, I'll go ahead and connect the points that I made into a straight line. So after connecting it into a straight line, I'll go ahead right now and achieve my block. So for you to know how many inches you're going to use for your block, all you're going to do is your client's hip divided by 2 plus 3 inches. My client's hip is 47. 47 divided by 2 plus 3 inches gave me 26.5. So I went ahead right now, as you're seeing me do, I marked my 26.5 inches to get my block. So I went ahead to mark it across down to the full length of the paper. That's the ending part of the paper. So when I was done marking this, I went ahead to connect all of my points into a straight line, just the way you see me doing. So after connecting this into a straight line now, so I now have a box. I'm going to share this box into 2. That means I'm going to be dividing my 26.5 into 2. When I divided it, it gave me 13.25. So I'll go ahead right now and mark my 13.25 across my pattern paper. This is because I want to have both front and back on the same pattern paper. I hope you get what I'm saying. So after I was done with the mark, I went ahead to use my ruler to connect all the points that I made into a straight line. So we now have both front and back part of the skirt. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take the vertical measurement. So first of all, I'm going to get my hip depth, that's my hip length. My client's hip length is 10.5. I'll go ahead and mark the knee. So after marking the knee, I'll also go ahead and mark the full length of our skirt, which was 45. I did the same thing here. I marked the hip length, my knee line, and then the full length of my client's skirt. You should also do the same thing. So for this other part, which is going to be the back, I went ahead to also mark the hip length, and then I marked the knee length, and then I also marked the full length of the skirt. So I kind of repeated it again so that I'll have a smooth line. So when I was done, I'll go ahead and use my ruler to connect all these points into a straight line, just the way you see me doing. So after I'm done connecting, guys, I'll go ahead now. From my hip line, I came up by 2 inches. This will serve as my upper hip. I'll go ahead and rule a straight line. So this is my upper. The reason for this upper hip is so that I will not have any bulges around my hip. So I went ahead right now to label my waist, upper hip, actual hip, my knee, and then the full length of the skirt. So when I'm done with that, guys, next thing I'm going to do now is to divide my client's waist by 4 inches. So this is the front part of our skirt. So I'll divide her waist by 4. I will mark it. I'll also go ahead and divide the hip by 4. I'll mark it on the upper hip, and I also mark the same hip measurement I divided by 4 on the actual hip, just the way you see me doing. Now the same hip measurement, I will mark it on the knee. I'll repeat the same hip measurement also on this part, and I'll repeat the same hip measurement on the full length of our skirts. When I was done, I'll go ahead now and connect this point. So I connected from my waist to my upper hip and then to the actual hip. So from the knee now, I just made a dotted line. This dotted line indicates that we are still going to come back to this skirt pattern. This is not all there is in this skirt, so I'm going to come back to it for our knee tightening. So now for the back, I'm going to come in on the waistline by 0.75. I will mark it there just the way you see me doing, and then I'll connect this 0.75 to the upper hip just like this. Now this line now will serve as our new line. So from that new line now, we'll take her waist measurement divided by 4, I'll mark it. Her hip measurement divided by 4, I'll mark it. I'll also do the same thing. So now to get that butt contouring on the knee line here, I will come in just the way you see me doing by 1 inch. I'll mark it there. I'll also mark the same 1 inch. I'll come in by 1 inch, and I'll also come in by 1 inch on the full length to get that butt contouring. That's how you achieve your butt contouring. Then I'll go ahead now and use my ruler to connect this point that I made. Are you seeing? So this is how you achieve your butt contouring. On the knee, you come in. On that same knee, I'll mark my hip measurement divided by 4. Whatever I have, I'll still mark it here, and I'll also mark it on my full length, and then connect my waist to my upper hip and then to my actual hip, and I'll also go ahead from that hip line to do dotted lines. This dotted line indicate that this is not all there is. We'll still have to do more tightening around that part. So now from the front part on the knee, for the tightening of the knee, I will go in by 2 inches. Are you seeing? So we are going to tighten that knee to give more fitting. From the knee, I came in by 2 inches all through to the full length. So from my hip line, I'll connect to the knee. Are you seeing that the shape of this skirt is already coming out? So this is how it is when I connected all the points. So on the same thing for the back, I'll come in by 1 inch because it's the back. Why for the front, I came in by 2 inches. I don't want you to be confused about it. So when I'm done, I'm going to connect from my hip line to my knee, and then from my knee down to the full length. So this is how you achieve that perfect look on your skirt pattern or your skirt cut. Now for the center front of this skirt, I will come in by 1 inch. Why? Because to give a balance for your skirt, you need to come down. You need to come down by 1 inch. So that was what I did, and then I connected it to the waistline. So if you want to go ahead and add your dart, you can also go ahead and add your dart using your bust palm measurement. That's your nipple to nipple. And then when you add your dart, make sure to replace the dart. So now from the back side of our skirt, sorry it didn't show, I actually came down by 0.7 inches. So I connected it to the waist. Now if you want a skirt band for this skirt, you can just go ahead and come down just the way I'm doing by 2 inches for your skirt band. But because I am making a gown, I do not need a skirt band. But if you are making a skirt, you just come down by 2 inches also for the back, and then you connect the point like this. So you've gotten your back. So I'll just go ahead and indicate center back, SB and CV, just like that, and then SF and CF. So this is it for our back measurement. Are you seeing how perfect this skirt already looks? So I'll go ahead right now and cut it. So this is how to achieve a perfect pencil skirt, just the way you saw on the thumbnail. This is how to achieve it. I want you to try it and then maybe give me a feedback on how it came out on your client and the rest. And note that if you're making this kind of a skirt for yourself or for your client, your slit should start from the knee. It should not start below the knee. or above the knee. It should be exactly on your knee line. That is where your slit should start from. So you know that we've not added any allowance, so we are going to be adding our allowances on our fabric. So I'm here just cutting out the piece that I need for this skirt. So this is it, guys. Are you seeing how perfect and how contoured, how everything in this skirt just came? Are you seeing the butt contouring? Everything is just looking so good. So I'll go right now and bring in my fabric so we can start cutting. So this is my fabric, guys. So I'll go ahead now and open it up, and then I'll place my pattern paper on it, just the way you see me doing. So this is my front pattern paper. Is on fold. This fabric is on fold, so yours should be on fold too. And then this is the back. I'll go ahead right now and pin it down so that I can stay together with the fabric, just the way you see me doing. So that's it, guys. So this is it. So after I'm done pinning, guys, I'll now go ahead and start imputing my allowance. So for the allowance of this skirt, I'll be marking 1 inch. I'll be using 1 inch for the allowance. So for this side, guys, I used 1 inch all through. I even added another 1 inch to the length of the skirt. And for the upper part of the skirt, that's the waistline, I actually used 1/2 inch too. I used 1/2 inch for the upper part, while for the sides I used 1 inch. I did the same thing for the back too. I added my 1 inch allowance for both my zip too. Then I went ahead to connect all the points that I made, just the way you see me doing. So when I'm done connecting it, guys, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is to cut out. After cutting it out, the next thing is to sew. This is very easy. It's very easy to sew this kind of pattern. So whatever allowance you use, like you added, that is the allowance that you use to sew it down. So this was me cutting. So guys, if you found value in my video, please do well to subscribe, like, share, comment. So I'll just go to the sewing machine and I'll go ahead and sew it down. So I would love you to try it and then give me a feedback on how it looks on you and or your client. Thank you for watching my video. Bye, guys.